So if you're going to be working on your run form to get faster, to finish races stronger, you need to know this because it leads to a lot of confusion and irritation in my runners at least. Hi everyone, Steve Gonzer, physical therapist with RunSmart. For the last 10 years, I've been helping runners get faster, get over injury, just improve their running through smarter training and tweaking the run form. And we have this upcoming program called Need for Speed. It starts very shortly, so if you're interested in improving your run form, check out that 4-week bootcamp. I put a link in the post. But what I want to talk to you today about is expectations for run form or any change that you're going to make to your running from a form standpoint. Because a lot of runners, from what I've learned over the last 10, which I now realize it's 12 years since I started treating patients, is that expectations are so important when it comes to injury recovery and when it comes to run form, because everyone thinks it's going to be super easy. They underestimate the work that goes in. And I've been talking about all these changes you can make to your run form, but I need to tell you guys that when you work on, for us, Need for Speed is all about opening your stride, because most runners, they end up closing down, they end up shuffling their way to the finish line. And what we do is we teach them what cues do they need, how do you recognize when to use it, how do you open your stride up so that you can look really fresh and feel fresh later in a race. But when I say that, I want to make sure that you have the right expectations, because when I say feel fresh, it's more like you're going to look fresh. And truthfully, because you're still going to feel like garbage, there's no magic bullet to you going out and through mile 10 and a half marathon and be like, oh, Steve made me change my run form and now it's super easy. No, it's still going to hurt. And same thing on every race. When you get tired, it's going to hurt. But the tendency for runners to close down is the problem. So what we do is we open their run. We teach runners how to open their form. But this is what I usually teach them early on in the program in Need for Speed, is that it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel different. You're going to feel like you're doing it wrong. And truthfully, it's because you're learning new habits. So I always use this explanation. If you go and brush your teeth with the opposite hand tonight, it's going to be almost bedtime for me here on the East Coast. But if you go tonight and try to brush your teeth with your opposite hand, it's going to be really difficult. You're going to feel uncoordinated. You're going to feel all over the place. And it's not that it's wrong. It's just that I always tell my runners that you suck at it and you have to practice. And the same thing happens with run form, because your old form becomes really hardly ingrained into how you move. It's the same thing with a bad golf stroke, poor swim form. It feels natural, but it necessarily isn't the right way. So when you start making tweaks and changes to your form, I want you guys to know that it's gonna feel different, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but with repetition. And the nice thing about running is that there's high repetitions. Every step is gonna be either ingraining an old habit or learning a new one. And when you commit to it and you can learn why you're trying to reopen your stride up and when the times get tough in a race or a run, it makes it a lot easier. So what we find with Need for Speed, again, 4-week boot camp with Need for Speed is coming up soon. There's a link in this post. But what we teach runners, first of all, it's 4 weeks because it takes time to change. But you're going to feel like it's a little bit less efficient, that you're not going to be able to hold it. You're going to feel awkward. And if you keep practicing, it gets a lot easier. And I just want to encourage you guys that if you're going to make any changes in your form, stick with it, because form is the one game changer for runners that allows you to get faster and even prevent injury without having to do other things. There's other ways to get faster. You can add more miles. You can run more long runs. You can train harder. All of those come with two bad aspects to them: more risk for injury and more of your time. Run form, you can just practice when you're out there. But also run form can improve your injury prevention, so can training smarter, so can doing more strength workouts and your foam rolling and your stretching. Tough thing is, more time. And while I advocate for training smarter and I advocate for your strength training, run form is really cool because it is the thing you can do without adding more to your plate. So if you're interested in running faster, finishing your races stronger, upcoming, make sure you join Need for Speed. The link is in the post. This is only once a year program. You get lifetime access. It works into, what the other question we get is, yes, it works into your training plan, even if you're racing in September. So we're super excited to have a great group this year, and we're going to get started soon. So if you want some help, click on the link in the post, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Joanne.